A daycare operator and her husband appearing in court today to face abuse and intimidating a witness charges.
Police make an arrest in a recent Lexington shooting. We'll tell you where the suspect was when police caught up with him.
A gun goes off during a wedding in western Kentucky, and you may not believe who was hit by the bullet.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 4:30.
Good afternoon to you. Sam Dick and Amber Philpott reporting a husband and wife accused in the wake of an alleged abuse at Southern Kentucky daycare were back in court today.
Tracy Four is charged with abuse. Her husband, William, is accused of intimidating an employee who witnessed it. Our Phil Pendleton covered the developments in Knox County and has more from outside the courthouse in Barberville. It's our top story at 4:30.
William and Tracy Four were both in the courtroom today. They are both facing charges from the incident that began last month at the daycare in Corbin. Now, Tracy Four is accused of sitting on a child with a beanbag and a blanket. She was arrested last month. Attorneys said in court there are new developments, and her hearing was continued until Thursday. But her husband is accused of intimidating a coworker, and that coworker even says she videotaped the abuse. Police say William learned of the abuse and made a threatening phone call.
Stated to me that Mr. Four contacted daycare facility several times the same day that I arrested his wife. One of the times that she finally answered the phone stated that Billy Four asked her, demanded, said, I want to know who took the pictures and sent it. And stated to him she didn't know. He said that it's fine, I'll find out on my own and take care of the situation.
I also spoke to the woman who videotaped that incident, and she says she is scared of William Four. Hear from her coming up a little bit later on. But for now, in Knox County, Phil Pendleton, WKYT.
Tracy Four is out of jail on bond, but William Four remains in jail. He's also charged in an unrelated theft case. Lexington police have made an arrest in a recent shooting.
19-year-old DeQuee Walker was already in jail when police charged him with assault yesterday. Police say that he shot a man in the stomach last week during an attempted robbery on Codell Drive, and that was just one of several crimes on Codell Drive in recent weeks. We're tracking a crime alert in Lexington. Police are looking for two people who were seen breaking into cars overnight on Reading Road. Police say the suspects got into at least 15 cars. They're not sure what all was stolen. A Kentucky sheriff's deputy is on administrative leave after his gun went off at a wedding.
Witnesses say the gun fell out of the deputy's jacket and went off when it hit the ground. The bullet hit his own mother. Elizabeth Fields has the story.
Janine King had already heard the couple say I do. She was leaving the sanctuary when she heard something she's never heard before.
It was loud. And like I say, I knew there were no balloons here.
It was a gunshot, then a scream.
For a gun to be fired in church was something I'd never heard before, and it was so scary and terrifying.
King heard one more thing before she realized she wasn't in danger.
I was like, oh heavens, your mom.
King doesn't know the Golightleys personally, but says her heart broke for them.
With her, and he was so calm. He just said, Mom, breathe and be calm. Be calm.
When I was cleaning this morning, I found pieces of holster right in this area.
Mike Collins is the custodian and a member of the Bardwell Fire Department. He got to the church in time to see 40 or 50 people still around.
It could have been a lot worse.
He says he'll always remember what he saw. King wishes she could forget what she heard.
You wake up all night long just praying for her that God would take care of her.
That was Elizabeth Fields reporting. The woman shot will be in the hospital for about a week, but is expected to be okay. The deputy is on paid administrative leave until an investigation is complete. The Catholic Diocese of Lexington is celebrating the ordination of a new bishop.
Father John Stowe was chosen in March by Pope Francis and was ordained this afternoon at Cathedral of Christ the King in Lexington. He is the third bishop of the Lexington Diocese. The diocese covers 50 counties across central and eastern Kentucky. They say that Catholics make up about 3% of the population of those counties. Stowe is fluent in Spanish and plans to reach out more to the Hispanic population.
Very amazing to be here and to know that Pope Francis has brought a friar to be the next bishop of Lexington is a testament to what Pope Francis has been saying all along. We need to be a church for the poor, a church for the weekend, a church for the ill, the disadvantaged members of our community.
The position opened up last year when the Pope appointed the previous bishop, Ronald Gaynor, to be the Bishop of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Kind of a hot day out there today. Summer-like here in the Bluegrass with highs in the 80s and plenty of sunshine.
And it seems we can expect this warm-up to stick around for the next several days. Let's check in now with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey.
Yeah, I'd use the word hot to describe the pattern that we have this week without question. It's all about the time of year, and this time of year those temperatures are only 70 to 75 on a normal high temperature day. Who wants to be normal anyway? Look outside at Live First Alert Defender because I want to show you some cool things here on Defender. No, not in terms of precipitation, so I've thrown the clouds into the mix. Look at how the clouds are kind of arcing around an area of high pressure to our south and southeast. So you're seeing the clouds that are kind of coming at us from south, and then they're heading back to the northeast. That's around a clockwise flow of high pressure with that southwesterly wind flow. Now, they're not producing any precipitation. We take the clouds off. Here's Live First Alert Defender. Has a clean sweep. Go about your Tuesday evening plans. Everything appears to be in pretty good shape for folks who are out and about. Some of our live sky cams, Franklin County into parts of Scott County, A-OK, Lexington, and down into the Madison County area, looking to be in tip-top shape as of now. A mix of sun and clouds, a lot of low 80s showing up this afternoon. Farther west that we go, we've had some mid-80s. That's the air that'll continue to work its way on towards central and eastern Kentucky as we go through the next few days. So temperatures stay toasty. Humidity starts to join our summertime fun here into the first week of May. And then as the week progresses, guys, with a little increase in the humidity, thunder chances are going to kick in. I'm not talking about the greatest chances in the world until we get into the tail end of your 7-day forecast, which I will break down in greater detail in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Chris. Kentucky's 2 U.S. senators have introduced legislation they say will level the playing field for American bourbon and whiskey producers. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell and Senator Rand Paul are sponsoring a bill that would allow bourbon and whiskey makers to deduct interest associated with production in the year it's paid. Senator McConnell said that more than 15,000 jobs in Kentucky are related to the bourbon industry, which produces billions of dollars for the state's economy.
A real estate investor who wants to restore Kentucky native Muhammad Ali's childhood home has a new partner. A Philadelphia lawyer says he is now the co-owner of a one-story wood frame home in Louisville where the famous boxer grew up. He's partnered with a Las Vegas investor to restore the home. That project is expected to cost hundreds of thousands of dollars.